I'm going to throw up my handy dandy document cam. Now, these are things that should have been taken care of the first week of class, but I'm going over them with all my students, all my classes, just in case. And some people are having trouble with the password. Now, like I said, out of 60, well, no, not 60, about 100 students this semester I've got. And out of 100 students, we're talking about less than 10 students having all these troubles, okay? About 90% of y'all don't have these troubles. But every once in a while, we have a few that, I mean, I don't know. That's all I can tell you. They're just having trouble. All right. So with that being said, if you have trouble with your password, there's 3 routes. One, try to use your T number for your password. That's one route. The second route is to click on the forgot your password link. And if you don't receive an email from Pearson about your password in a timely fashion, say like within an hour after you sent the forgot password, then chances are something is wrong and you need to email these 2 people at the same time. There's their email address, manzer1 and award6. Give them your full name, your T number, and this is section 155. Somebody tell me what section it is. 155 dash what? Somebody chat that, put that in the chat, please. I don't have it written down. So if somebody knows what section this is, that'll be great. And the problem. If you have already sent in the forgot the password link and you've already used the T number, let them know. Let them know, if you're, a new student, let them know, whatever. Just let them know, because those 2 can look up information that I can't. 15505, thank you. 15505. Okay, now that takes care of the password. What if you get logged in and you're having troubles with your computer? Well, I've noticed that a lot of people are having trouble with Blackboard. That's normal because Blackboard sucks. So if you are having trouble, try going through Teams. Oops, you can't see it because, hold on a second. This resolution changes on me every single time I open it. I tried to set it in settings, but it don't do it. Dang Russians. All right, so if you are having trouble with Blackboard, try using Teams link, the link that I just put up in the on the bulletin board up at the top, or go to tricountytech.mylabsplus.com and try those. Whichever one works best, start using it. Okay. Also, some people are going and logging in and they don't see everything. Well, that's because you should be using Google Chrome or Firefox. I had somebody tell me that they were using Edge and it was just all white, or it would just keep turning and nothing would show up. Well, you got to use Google Chrome or Firefox. If, for instance, you do get in and you see a red, I don't know, a red X or a red box in the address line, like right in here, if you see something like that, then you need to do this. Right-click on the red box or the red X and make sure you allow cookies, make sure you allow unsafe scripts, make sure you allow pop-ups. Now, a lot of people think pop-ups, you automatically think of advertisement. That's not what pop-ups are here. When you pull up something, you go to MyLabs Plus and you click on Math 15505, everything that pops up in that setting is like a pop-up. So when you pull up the e-text, that's like a pop-up. When you pull up the homework, that's like a pop-up. So they should call it allow apps to work within page or something like that. Because pop-up is kind of a misnomer here. They're not pop-ups. Pop-ups are like annoying advertisements. But these pop-ups are applications within MyLabs Plus. So that's why you need to make sure you do that. Now this sometimes only is through Blackboard, but you may see it when you go through Teams or something. I don't know. Try another computer. Some of you have problems because you're on a Mac. Some of you don't have problems. I'm trying to show you what avenues if you run into problems. So some of y'all have a Mac and you went right on and no problems. Others, it's taking you 2 weeks to get logged on. So try another computer. And again, the Teams link in the website, there's 2 more avenues beside Blackboard. Has anybody got any input on any problems they had and what fixed it, and any other problems that I've neglected to mention? Speak now, because we got people that's still trying to log on, and I'm like, really?
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel.
Anybody got any solutions that you found? Did anybody have a problem and find a solution that I haven't mentioned?
I was having some problems logging in, as you know, and what fixed it for me is I think I was going into the link too fast because I waited, like I closed it because I was using the same link and reopened it and it came right up for me. I don't know how that worked, but it did. And it's been working for me.
Which link did you use that worked?
Let me go look.
Yeah, just look. Anybody else got any input that they got everything working and I didn't mention it in those 2 pages? Anybody? Okay. Nobody's got any input. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on now, and I'm going to move this over, and we're going to go into. I mentioned a little bit of 5.3 the other day. So we're going to go into 5.3 a little bit. I'm just going to look at the assignments and hit 5.3, and we're going to do some. And Mr. Henry, just speak out whenever you get there, whenever you get that point.
I've been using the top link, and you just have to give it a minute.
Which top link where?
In Blackboard, the one that says...
Yeah, the one that you should be using, MyLabs Plus. But if it don't work, you can go to the website.
All right, website works.
The website works for you?
Priority 1 message.
Just got to give it time.
Okay. Okay, well, see, he went to the website and it worked. I would challenge you to try to use outside of Blackboard, because when you need to do a test or you need to do an exam, Blackboard's going to be crashed. Okay, it almost happens like clockwork. Okay, so I'm just telling you, try not to depend on Blackboard. All right, so I'm just going to go to the chapter, the assignments, and let's go to 55.3. And I'm just going to pick on some that'll be good. That will be good test questions. Well, they're going to add any or not? Let me go to the study plan. Sometimes I use the study plan instead of going to use the homework. Chapter 5.3. Study plan has more questions, but it's not for grade. Open a new tab. I don't know why that does that. I guess it needs to reset itself or something. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna go down here because I think adding and subtracting is toward the end. Let me go ahead and show you how to do this problem because this problem can be kind of aggravating, and I know y'all gonna send it to me. And I got a couple of homework questions to go over before the end of class too. The first thing you want to do when you do a problem like this is you want to set that equal to x. Now this is not a adding fractions problem. This is a problem of turn the fraction into a decimal and turn the decimal into a fraction. So the thing that's different about this problem is that you have repeating, you got 1.18 repeating. Okay, so your goal when you're doing this type of problem is to get rid of the repeating 0.18. Okay, that's your goal. The way you do that is the following. You say x is equal to 1.18 repeating. And then you multiply both sides by 100. You multiply everything by 100. So I'm going to take my orange marker and I'm going to multiply everything by 100. And that's going to give me 100x is equal to 118.18 repeating. Now you subtract the two. So I'm going to subtract the smaller from the largest. So I'm going to subtract, I'm going to bring this down here and subtract it, minus x and 1.18. Okay, I'm subtracting this one from this one. And that's going to leave you with a new equation. And that equation is, I'm going to do this in green, 100 minus 1 is 99x is equal to, that cancels, that's what you wanted. And 118 minus 1 is 117. Divide by 99. Divide by 99. Now the question says simplify your answer in proper fraction. Now I'm not worried. I'm going to let you worry about reducing it. I'm going to put 117 over 99. 117 might be divisible by 3. 3 will go into 7, 8, 9. So it is divisible by 3. So I'll go back to my handy dandy. So I'm going to divide by 3. That's going to give me a 33 on the bottom. 3 will go into 11 3 times. That'll leave 27, and 3 will go into 27 9 times. Divide by 3. And that'll be 3 will go in there 13 times. And 11. So this one was reducible to 13 over 11. So usually when you see that 117, you think of prime numbers. So 13 divided by 11. And that is one of the homework questions that y'all will see and you won't know how to do. And that's why I went ahead and showed it to you. Is it a test question? No. Okay. But this is how you do it if you come up on it in the homework. We'll do this next one, 5.08. Go ahead and write it, and I want you to do it. Okay. Go ahead and write that down. I've got something I need to do right quick on the other screen. I just got an email from my boss. I'm gonna let y'all work this problem while I take care of an email that I need to take care of. I'm sorry, but I have to. I got to take care of it for 9 o'clock. 12 o'clock. And my boss thinks I don't have anything to do this morning. So I've got to go do this. So you work on that and I'll work on this and we will talk in a minute or two. What? Why I got to do all this crazy stuff? It's just ridiculous. I guess I've done it. I don't know if it's done or not. Okay. Let me go back to where I was. Sorry. Sometimes I have to do things. Who's presenting screen and working on a calculator? What the heck? Y'all should be seeing my screen. Okay, can y'all see my screen? I don't know what happened there. Miss Hatton, you finally made it. Good for you. We're worried about you.
Yeah. I know my phone was acting crazy.
Okay. All right. So here's the problem. Hopefully y'all can see it. I don't know what happened there. Somebody needs to help me out there. What happened? I'm not going to fuss at you. But I don't
Somebody must have
understand.
accidentally shared their screen.
I know, but I'm supposed to be able to monitor that.
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel.
That needs to be fixed because I thought I have to approve that. Oh, well. Yeah, try not to share your screen. All right, so we got, take my handy dandy. So 5.08, so X is equal to 5.08 repeating. So our goal is to get rid of that 0.08. So I'm going to multiply by 100, and I'm going to do that in another color. So I'm going to multiply 100 X is equal to 508.08 repeating. So now I can subtract the black one from the green one. So I'm going to subtract. I did put the equal sign there because I'm showing you that I just brought this down here. You don't have to put the equal sign, but I just kind of leave it there so you'll see it. And I'll give you 99x is equal to, and of course, your goal has just happened. You just got rid of the 0.08. That's what you want. And now you got 508 minus 5, which is 503. And then x is equal to 503 over 99. Now, why 5 plus 3 is 8. So you can't divide this by 3. But you might be able, the only other possibilities is 9 and 11. 11 probably won't go into this because 44 is the only number that'll go into 50, and that leaves 63. And 11 won't go into 63. So the only other possibility is 9. So 9 will go in there. Nope. I think you got pretty much the answer right here. But we'll check because I don't go any higher than 13. So there may be another number, but I don't think so. So 503 divided by 99. And I'm wrong. So let me think again. 5 plus 3 is 8. 3 will go in there one time. That'll leave 20. 23. That's a prime number. Okay, so 1, 3, 9, 11. 13 won't go into 99. 508 minus 5 is 503. I'm checking to make sure. I have no idea. Unless they pick a higher number than 13. Let's see. No, that's not right. That's not right at all. Somebody take two. I'll do it. Hold on. I don't think that's right. Unless I'm doing something totally wrong. We'll check to see. And this will be easy check. Take 503 divided by 99. What did I just get? I got 5.08. And what's that 08 doing? It's repeating.
It's repeating.
So right now, it looks like I'm right. Well, let's go ahead and do their answer. Their answer, I'm trying to find, hold on. Their answer is 229 over 45. 229 divided by 45. Okay, so I don't know what they did. I really don't. So I'm going to look and see, help me solve this, or I'm going to do it with them to see what they did. Okay, that's 6.02. It's supposed to show me the same problem. There we go. Okay. 100. They multiplied by 10. Why did they multiply by 10 instead of 100? It's in the 100th place. Oh, I'm sorry. I know why I'm wrong. Okay, I just did something. Look at what's repeating. Somebody tell me what's repeating. I overlooked it.
Oh, it's just the 8.
It's just the 8. Exactly.
I didn't see that either.
That's a trick question. I mean, not a trick question, but you got to be careful. Look what I did.
Priority 1
I
message
did
coming in on secure chat.
0.08. Okay, so their problem, this is a different problem. This is, okay, this is like a different problem. This is what they're actually asking. 5.0, and the 8 is repeating. These are two different problems. I just wrote down the problem wrong. Okay, so 100, and since there's only one digit, repeating, you don't multiply by 100, you multiply by 10. Okay, since these two are repeating, you multiply by 100. So that's why I'm a little bit different. I still got the same answer, okay? But it's not in the lowest terms because what? Because I used 100 instead of 10. If you got this problem on a test, would I mark it wrong? No. What I would do is remind you that the 8 is repeating instead of the 0.08. Does everybody understand that? It's basically you get the same answer, but it's in simpler terms because you're only getting rid of this repeating 8 versus 0.08. If this was a 1, if that 0 was a 1, then you wouldn't get the same answer because 0.18 is different from 0.18 repeating. Okay, so since that's a 0, it didn't change anything really. All right, so with that explanation, so I'm going to multiply by 10. It's going to give me 10x is equal to 50.8 repeating. That still don't work because you don't get rid of the 8s. That still don't work. That still don't work right. I don't like this problem, period. Let me see what they do after, because you don't get rid of the repeating 0.8. They're going to multiply by 10. Sometimes you get a question that's not entirely 100% right. I don't know what they're doing. I got the right answer, but I ain't doing anything the way they're doing it. What? They're multiplying by another 10. I have never seen one like this before. Y'all have to excuse me.
I think they're doing what you did. And
I'm
just
sorry,
taking
say again.
I said I think they're doing what you did, just taking like so many more pointless steps.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my answer. Because my answer will give you the right answer, but I don't think this. Hold on a minute. I'm looking at this and seeing what they're doing. Okay. Now they're multiplying by 100. So now you're gonna have 100n minus 1 and 508.8 repeating minus 50 point. That's going to be 10. Okay. All right. Let me see what they're doing here. Let me see if I can put this. Let me relay this to you in hopefully a way that you can understand. All right. I'm going to go to another page. You don't have to. All right. First of all, we've got the number 5.08 with the 8 repeating. Okay. Now this is a two-step problem because we got to technically get rid of the 0 because we got to get this to be a 0.8 repeating. So the first thing we do is we multiply by 10. We say x is equal to 5.08 with the 8 repeating. Excuse me. And I'm going to multiply by 10, and I'm going to do that in green. And I get 10x is equal to 50.8 repeating. Now I can't take this green 50.8 from this 5.08 because that's not going to cancel out the repeating 8s. Hopefully everybody sees that. So I've got to multiply this by another 10, and then I'm going to subtract the 2 colored ones. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this by 10. That's 100. And then that's going to give me here, I'm going to move it that's going to give me 1, 2. It should be, I'm going to check with them because it should be a bigger number. I'm going to make sure because I haven't done this problem like this. I've never seen a problem like this before. And I've been teaching 155 for a long time. This must be a new problem. And they get 508.8. I just want to make sure. 508.8. So 508.8. And that will give you, because we multiplied this by 10 to get this. Now I'm going to take, now I'm going to take the orange one and I'm going to subtract the green one now that we've got these 8s repeating. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say 100x is equal to 508.8 repeating minus 10x 508 or 50.8 repeating. And now the 0.8s will cancel because they don't have a 0 in front of them. There's no way in Hades I have to put this on the test. No way. And that'll leave you with 90x is equal to, I have no earthly idea, 448 or 468, or let's see, 448, right? Somebody check my math. What's 508? Is that right?
458, yeah. Yes,
and then divide by 90. They're both even, so you divide by 2s. I'm going to divide by 2s, so I just get it down 224 over 45. Is that their answer? 229.
No, it's not 448. It's 458.
458. Thank you. 229. Okay. The reason, for one, I've never seen this problem before with the 0.8. So they must have put it in between the last couple of semesters. And two, you have to do two steps because of this 0. It's not repeating. So since it's not repeating, you have to get it over here and then get the 0.8 to reappear here. And then these two are the ones that you subtract from each other. So hopefully now you can get your homework done on 5.3. I'm not going to spend any more time on this because it's not a test question and you don't see it anywhere else. So I'm going to move on if you don't mind. So let me get rid of that. Let me get to the test questions. If I can, okay, that's a test question. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the multiplication and division because most of y'all know how to do that. So 15 divided by 2. So 15 divided by 2 times 6 over 5. Now, of course, both of them are like signs. This one's a positive and this one's a positive because there's nothing there. So they're assumed to be positive. So that means the answer is going to be positive. And then you can either do it and cancel or cancel and do it. I'm going to do both so you can see, remember. So I'm going to do 15. I'll do the other over here. So this is do it and cancel. 15 times 6. Well, 6 times 5 is going to be 0 for 30. And then bring you 3. 6 times 1 is 6. Plus the 3 is 90. Divided by 10. And that's equal to 9. All right, that's how you do it. And then I reduced. Over here, I'm going to reduce and do it. So let's see, I'm going to use my red marker. Okay, that 5 will go into 5 one time, and it'll go into 15 3 times. That 2 will go into 2 one time. That 2 will go into 6 3 times. Now do it. 3 times 3 is 9. And 9 over 1 is 9. So however you do it, you're going to get 9. And that's how you multiply. Remember the signs. Okay, so that's how you multiply fractions. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over multiplying and dividing, because the ones that y'all freeze on the test is the adding and subtracting. There's another, what's negative times a negative? That's positive. And then 3 will cancel with the 9. That'll leave a 3 over here. And 2 will cancel with a 4, leave 2. So the answer is positive 3/2. Okay? Okay, let's get to the next problem. That's division. I'll go over it right quick. Division means that you got 13 over 3. Instead of dividing by that 3/13, you're going to multiply by 13 over 3. And you can't cancel, excuse me, you can't cancel anything. 13 over 13 is 169. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 will go into 16 one time. That'll leave 79. And that's it, 169 over 9. Now, some of y'all noticed that I didn't change that to a mixed number. Why? Mixed numbers are only used for units of measure. Nobody will walk up to you.
I can't see your screen.
What?
Like, you're not showing the
Oh, I'm sorry.
writing.
Sorry.
The work.
Okay.
There we
There
go.
So, thank you. Appreciate it. You got to speak up. All right. Thank you for speaking up. All right. 13 times 13 is 169. And then 3 times 3 is 9. And then, of course, mixed numbers, they're only used with a unit of measure. So, you know, unless you're asking for cups or gallons or, you know, height, weight, you know, whatever the case may be, if they're not asking for a unit of measurement, you just leave it as a. Now, the directions may tell you to write as a mixed number. Well, that's directions. And let's see what this one says. Type as an integer or simplified fraction. So that it doesn't say mixed number. So that'd be 169 divided by 9. So make sure you read the directions, okay? All right, let's get to adding and subtracting. No, we can do that one later. I want to get to adding and subtracting. Come on. All right, here we go. We're getting into adding and subtracting now. I want to get to one that's a little bit. Okay, let's do this one. All right, this is one to start you off, real simple. Got to get a common denominator. 1 over 9, and these are test questions. Those last two, the multiplication, they were test questions. But these are adding 1 over 9 plus 4 over 15. Now we're going to do this one together, and then on the next one, I want you to work on it by yourself. So I'm going to get a common denominator, 9, 15, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and sometimes 13. So 3, that'll be a 3 and a 5, 3, 1 and 5, 5, 1 and 1. And 9 times 5 is 45. Now, some of you people that don't believe in doing what I just did, What y'all do is y'all multiply 9 times 15. And that's going to give you 135, and then you use 135, and then when you can't do the math, you get irritated with it or get it wrong. 9 will go into 45 5 times. 5 times 1 is 5. 15 will go into 45 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. And the answer is 17/45. Seventeen divided by 45. Isn't that special? Now, I'm going to go to the next problem, and I'm going to leave that part on the board right quick. I'm going to leave both of them on the board. Okay, that's the next problem. Go ahead and be working on it. And for those of you still writing, there's that problem we just did. All right, give y'all a minute to get started on that problem on the left over here. I'll write it down for you so you can see it better. 1/15. And just to let you know, I love to put these on the test. Plus 1/30 makes the people that can't make change on the cash register, it makes their head explode. 1/75. And of course, the people that think they know what they're doing, they multiply 75 times 30 times 15. Good luck with that.
Is math the only subject you've ever taught?
Yep.
That's what's up.
Why?
Because you kind of look like a history teacher.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Because you kind of look like a history teacher.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know. I really don't know what a history teacher looks like, but I understand.
You kind of favor my high school history teacher. That's why.
Oh, okay. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do 15, 30, and 75. And that's going to be 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and sometimes 13. I know 5 will go into all of them. So 5, 3, 2, oh, no, I'm sorry, 6. Okay. 3, 6, and this will be what? 1 and 5. 3 will go into all 3 of those. 1, 2, 5, 2, 1, 1, 5, 5, 1, 1, 1. Well, there's my dang old 10. So I know I can multiply something by that. So 5 times 3 is what? 15. And 15 times 10 is 150. And I guarantee you some of y'all didn't get that because you thought it was either 75 or you multiplied it all together. You got some big ass number that you don't know how to work with. Okay, and this is the good part. You don't need a calculator because how many times will 15 go into 150? Well, cover up the 15. 10 times. 10 times 1 is 10. 30, cover up the 30, that'd be 10 times 3. How many times will 30 go into 150? Well, the only numbers left, 5. 5 times 1 is 5. And how many times will 75? 75 is 3 times 25. So that'd be, cover those two up, and that one twice. And 2 times 1 is 2. Now I want you to tell me how much math, what grade math am I using? Besides this big chart, I'm using just third grade math. People can't do these because they never can find the common denominator. Because if you take 75, I'm going to do this for you. Some of y'all are already done it. You take 75, well, I lost my calculator. There it is. 75 times 30 times 15 is, I guarantee you some of y'all tried to use 33,750. 10 plus 5 is 15. The answer is 17 over 150. And that's how you do fractions. That's how you add fractions. Now, unfortunately, it's already 12:10. So I'm going to have to wait and do the homework problems that y'all sent. I'm going to have to do those Monday. Okay? I'm sorry, but y'all can work on 5.3 now that I've covered, multiplication, division, and that decimal and addition. Even though I didn't cover it like I wanted to, that one problem messed me up because I've never seen that problem before. Let's go ahead and clear the, stop the recording. And I got to take.
I have a question. A second.
Yeah. What's your question?
From section 5.2.
From section 5.2, I had -8 to the third power, and then I had -8 to the third power, but the -8 was in parentheses, and